almost took me by surprise because I have the live stream going on there, and I was looking at the screen, looking at all the comments, and suddenly I looked there. And I'm like, okay, I'm only 2 seconds away before I go live. So thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Hope you guys have a wonderful, had a wonderful week, and hope you guys have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. Thank you for being here, Roger, Little House on the Wood, Melissa, Marie-Len, Sarah, Dave, Tracy's here, Jody's here. I think it's one of the first one I see you here, Jody. Jack and Lindsay are here. I hope I don't miss anyone. So the raccoon is gonna be Lindsay, and the panda, or what? Yeah, you're mixing me up, Jack. Jack's gonna be the duck. Lindsay's gonna be the raccoon. Play with my mind. Hello, Hanji. Thank you very much for dropping by. Sound is terrible. Is it like making like an echo again? So I'm gonna have to jump out and come. Okay, I'm gonna see what I can do. I have to send myself an invitation. Won't be too long. I'll try to do that as quick as possible. There we go. If I do this, does it help or not at all? Does that help? No, but then again, it takes a while to help. Okay. Sorry. I think I have to get out and come back on, but if I do that, I'll try to do that as quick as possible. Round two studio. Okay. I'm on mute on the phone now. Anyway, I'm gonna try. Just give me a second. I'll be right back. It's looking as though I might stop the stream. Let's hope it's still working. Okay, enter studio. I guess I'm still here. Okay, now is that better? Sound much better now. Yes, and we hear you great. All right, awesome. Let me just set that up. All right, so now it's fine. Yeah, you got it. Woohoo! Yeah, hello, Henny. Thank you very much for dropping by. I don't know why it's doing that. For some reason, it's been doing that the last couple of times. So it's shaky. Let's see. Simpson. Okay, this I read that. Live streaming under the stairs like Harry Potter. Okay, sounds much better. Right on. Gotta love techno. Yes. have to go back up to see who is who. I don't have a memory right now. My memory is okay. That's Lindsay. I'm a wizard. Hello, hello, Backlash Fisherman. Thank you very much for being here. How in the Backlash was I not subscribed here? Really? YouTube does that once in a while. Anyway, thank you very much for being back. So, that being said, the subject of tonight, some things are going to change. My good friends know that I've had a rough couple of days, last couple of days, rough week. I'm not going to go into details, but let's just say that the community is amazing. I have some amazing friends, and I'm fine. No worries there. I'm good. Just that little burnt out. When I look at everything that I had to do this summer, not only because of Shit Wars, because Shit Wars is just a little part of the puzzle, but the fact that maybe I felt more pressure this year than ever to grow more food. I had some rabbits to take care of here. I had some chickens, about, let's say 4 for the record, chickens here, because that's all I'm allowed to have. I had some chickens over on Sarah's property, where I had about, I had 2 flocks full time the whole summer, some Bart Rocks and some Partridge Chanticleer. And I also had some meat chickens, some quails, and some turkeys. So in the morning, most of the summer, Sales would be able to go in the morning and go like open the doors, feed the animals. I am so thankful that he did that, because I mean it was a blessing for me and my family. I wanted to give him something at the end of the season. He didn't want to have it. But I mean, after a while, he started working, and I would have to go do the mornings. Every night before it was dark, I would have to go back and shut the doors, feed the animals again, make sure they have water, and feed the animals here. I had some of my kids and my girlfriend helping once in a while, but every time it was a struggle to get them to help me a little bit more. The garden was all planted by me, and the kids helped me plant the garden. The only thing is, the kids are not interested in weeding the garden. Of course, it makes sense. The kids are not interested in making sure that everything is all right, even though even if there's no weeds, you still have to go and remove some soil from around the onions. You have to do pretty much the same thing with the beets, and you have to make sure that the tomatoes are on a trellis and growing up the right way, and that kind of stuff. I took some breaks. I really did take some time off. I didn't play softball as much as I would like, but I still managed to go fishing, which was a blessing. Backlash Fisherman is here. He's a very awesome fisherman. If you like fishing, he's a guy to follow, because he's always out fishing. We went to the beach a couple of times, where the kids were able to play in water and make some sandcastle, and the bigger ones were able to. I'm about to be attacked by the panda. All right, thank you for being here. While the kids were playing in the water or making sandcastles, the older ones were able to put some lines in the water and wait for striped bass to bite. We didn't have much success, although when maybe we went to the beach maybe like 15, 20 times, we were still able to catch maybe like 2, 3, 4 striped bass. Yes, Annie, thank you very much. Don't forget the thumbs up. I was able to get a friend of mine to bring me on a boat, go get some more fish. It was amazing. It was so much fun. That felt so good. I mean, just to be able to take a break and still be out there to try to get some food for the family. Um, I guess that the season is pretty much over. Shed Wars is ending on the 26th, which still gives me about a week and a half in theory, but I will be out hunting, deer hunting, starting next weekend. We are leaving on the 23rd, which is on Sunday, and we are heading over to Ren's homestead to go deer hunt. Even when I went moose hunting, it was a little break from everything, but in the end, it's tough. It's tough. The homesteaders know what it's like to be go 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 from February to start planting some seeds indoors, uh, transplant, make sure the garden is ready, transplant, take care of everything, plus feed the animals, plus we try to do some more stuff with the family, and I realize now that it was just too much. So that being said, my long-term plan was to have the barred rocks, the partridge chanticleer. I wanted to have some buff orpingtons. I was hoping to find some. Plus, I had a few Rhode Island Reds. My goal was to have the four flocks separated, have them pure breed. Where I could breed them, I have the incubator at my feet. Sorry, I'm very, very tired. Hello, Scott. Thank you very much for dropping by. So, I would be able to breed them, um, keep the roosters to put the meat in the freezer, keep the hens either for layers to sell them to make some money, or put them in the freezer if I thought I had too much on hand. Um, Turns out that financially it's tough. It's tough with everything going up. Only one salary coming in. Um, Financially, it was not a good option. And I came to the conclusion where I had to sell a lot of my chickens. Um, I had to sell the Chanticleer. I had to sell my Barred Rock flock. What I'm going to do from now on is just have a few layers. And in the summer, it's only going to be for 2 months, maybe 3 months, 2 to 3 months, where I'm going to have the meat chickens and turkeys. I'm not sure about the quails yet. If I go that direction with the quails, I know for a fact that I'm going to have to butcher them a little bit earlier. I don't think I'm going to keep the incubator. No reason for me to keep the incubator if it's only to incubate a few quail eggs every year. What I think I'm going to do is sell it, take the money, and put it on some bills, because right now my budget is, I don't know how to say it. Let's just say that I'm broke. So by doing this, I'm hoping to get a little bit more money in my pocket. It's going to cost a little bit less on feed, and I'm hoping that I can get back on track. And who knows, in the future it could be different. Even if Sal is telling me that he would like to keep the Chanticleer, I was able to sell them at least at the same price I bought them to a pretty good friend of mine. I know she's going to take good care of them, and I'm happy about that. Thank you very much. I have to go up again. Okay. Yeah, the duck is Jack. All right. Thank you, Lindsay. I don't have a good memory. Yes, feeling better, Scott. Hope you're doing great. Thank you, Lewis, for being here. I don't know how long I can stay. I got a date with the Ghostbusters. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for being here. 5 minutes is 5 minutes. Honestly, I don't think homesteaders recognize too much until we slam into the brick wall of burnout. Yeah. Thing is, I I had a discussion with my girlfriend, and the point is, um, I get that she's tired too because she's home with the kids. She's doing like the laundry, she's doing the cleaning, she's doing all that stuff. Um, I need help. I need help around the homestead a little bit more, and since they can't do it for their personal reasons, that's why I have to um, take it down a notch. Um, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I will give you my final numbers for Shit Wars in a week from now, in a week from today. Even if I downsize my homestead, the numbers I have are still very reachable. If I have more energy and a little bit less layers, I can keep the right ones, like the ones that are in their prime laying capacities, and maybe have a little bit more money to get more meat chickens and have even more pounds towards the end. You know what I mean? Like, sorry. Um, yeah, we only realize when it's too late, and I think I was on the edge of a mental breakdown, so I had to take a step back. And I'm so thankful for all the wonderful people I have on the community, and it feels good to know that I have some good friends out there, even though we're only um, talking on Facebook or on YouTube like this. Um, I had a chance to meet pretty much everyone that are here tonight, except for well, no, maybe I didn't meet Lois and Tracy. I'm hoping that's going to happen soon. Backlash Fisherman, I didn't get a chance to meet you yet. But once again, if you're in the area, you guys, you're more than welcome to stop at my place. Scaling back and changing things. Right on. All right. It can take a while to get back on track, Scott. Depends. Depends. My grandfather got it twice. First time it brought him down to the point where his heart is now not working 100%. He had it a second time and he was fine the second time. So the goats is hard. Yes. And you guys, um, I get why it was even harder for you guys, because you guys were not even in your house yet. So you were trying to keep up with the budget of building the house from scratch and, doing everything around you. And I'm happy that I'm hoping you're happy. And if you are, I'm happy that you were able to find a balance in all of that. The fox stole the darn shit. Yeah, that was another issue for you guys. Little house on the beach. Thank you, raccoon. Didn't mean it. Hello, Multi Hunter 247. Thank you very much for dropping by. I am hopefully gonna have another hunting video. No matter what happens, I'm not gonna put the bad side of it. If I shoot at an animal, it will be the only one that I shoot at. Some people were very, very mad at me for missing a few moose a couple of weeks back. Grow some more vegetables and chickens and have your kids sell the stuff at the end of the driveway. The thing is, no matter how much we grow, it's still not enough for the family. I have 3 freezers. I was able to finally start canning this year. I'm happy that I was able to learn. But like I have about 80 pounds of tomatoes harvested from my garden, which is about 70 pounds more than my previous record. But I have a daughter that eats them like grapes. And I was able to do some salsa. I was able to freeze some. I'm going to do some more stuff with them. But tomatoes is pretty much the only thing that we don't eat on a regular basis on a supper, on a regular meal. out of the 75 or 80 pounds of potatoes I had, we don't have any more left. I am at about I am over 100 pounds of carrots. I still have about 50 pounds of carrots in my garden. The problem is, even if I go out and harvest them, I don't have time to preserve them. So I know there are a few techniques to do it quickly and efficiently, but the ones I have in sight right now, I need to take care of. Um, you look forward to see that weight. Um, I, I'm gonna say it on the 21st. I will give the final numbers. I'm very happy with the numbers I have, and from here to then, I still have a few rabbits to butcher. I have someone that came here today to buy a few chickens. Um, Actually, we're going to trade. She's offering me one of those special kind of breed rabbits that grow faster than the ones I have here. So we're doing a trade, a few chicks for the rabbit. But in order to put the rabbit in a cage, I have to clean it. And in order to clean it, I have to get rid of the rabbits that's in the cage. So I will have another 5, 6 rabbits going in the freezer. And I still have a few carrots left. I told my son we were going to go grouse hunting tomorrow. I still have my bear tag that I can bring my rifle and maybe get lucky and harvest a bear. But the numbers that I have right now, I'm proud. I'm proud because I was able to push myself to the point where I'm exhausted and I have no more energy left in me. But it's going to help us get through the winter, because with everything going up in cost, inflation, or call it whatever you want to call it, just food going up. I'm happy that I have some food in my freezers and on the shelf. I didn't do nothing. You guys are there for me. I'm not doing anything yet. And thank you very much for dropping by, John. Nice to meet you. Will it grow? Yes, you guys. Don't hesitate to share each other's channel. Everyone that's on here has an amazing channel. I have so much videos in my watch later list because I didn't have time to watch everything in the summer. Hopefully the winter will be a little bit more relaxed and I'll be able to catch up on some of those videos. Like, I'm not going to name everyone, but basically everyone in here has put a lot of videos that I have on my save list or watch later list, or at some point I was able to watch one or two and leave a comment. And but everyone here is amazing. Hello, Glenda. Thank you very much for dropping by. Like a bit like everyone else here, semi-burned out. Yes, and it's important to realize that if you hit a wall, you need to be grown up. Like you need to be mature enough to take a step back and say, okay, well, I need to take a step back. It's okay. Like, this is something we don't talk about enough. Like, mental issues is out there, but I've seen so many YouTubers out there at the end of the year. I'm not going to name anyone, but you guys in the chat know some people that were to the point where they needed to take a break. And it's okay. There's no problem with taking a break, and there's no issues at all with taking a step back. I am happy about better balance, but it was hard recognizing it and doing it. Yes, it is hard. It is hard because you keep telling yourself, well, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I kept telling myself that I can do this. I can keep on going like this. I can do a bit more, maybe. This ain't so bad. Like, I can do this and this and this. The growing and harvesting part was not so bad. It was more the now that everything has been harvested. I mean, it's been get up at 6 a.m. and go to bed at noon and 11 to 1 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. every single night. And the times where I was able to go to bed earlier, those nights were just like, okay, I have this to do in the morning. I have to get up and I have to do this. And I forgot to feed the animals. I have to do that as soon as I get up in the morning. I have to go and do this. And it was just like, you couldn't sleep anyway. Downsizing is so hard. I'm also evaluating things we'll no longer do next year. I'll probably have more time. I'm blessed that I had Serge and his friend Arsène to help me with the animals at his spot, because honestly, I don't think it would have been possible for me to have the amount of meat I had. I've seen it last year. I had the chickens here, feeding them once a day when I got back from work. I ended up with chickens at 12 weeks old. There were about 4 pounds every chicken. With Serge and his friend, feeding them in the morning and me going back at night and spending maybe a little bit more on the feed that I did last year, I was able to get 5 pounds birds and harvest them at week 9, which is 3 weeks earlier and an extra pound on average per bird, which is huge. The turkeys last year, I had 3 at the end of the season because I had 6. I lost 3 due to predators. And I had one that was 11, one that was 12, and one that was 13 pounds. This year, I had 8 left. One only was 12 pounds. One only was 13. I had 1 and 15, and the rest were all 13 and a half to 14 pounds. So this is a really big difference, and it shows if you put more effort, you're going to get more food, but at what cost? If you lose your mind over it, it's not good. We're going to have a hunting video. I hope so. I hope that we're going to have as much fun as we did while moose hunting. I'm just disappointed that you couldn't be there for the moose. But we still got the meat, right, which is the most important thing. And I have everything identified in the freezer for you. And my dad is aware that when we leave on Sunday, we have to go bring the stuff to our place. And like I told you guys, we're only about, I think it's 8 minutes away from your place. So we're gonna have to go and see you, bring you the meat, and at the same time look at the field and look at the land before we go hunting the next morning. Multi-hunters here. I've said hello already. Linda, Scott. The weekdays are more relaxing than the weekend these times. If you don't mind me asking, how old are your kids? They can start doing some of the stuff. The oldest is 18. She's working. No comments. I don't want to leave it as though like they should be doing more. I hope they would be doing more. They always have the excuse that they didn't want this lifestyle. So that's another thing that I can't blame them. I mean, I kind of forced that on them, and that's my fault. The 3 youngest kids have been a blessing this whole summer. I was asking my girlfriend to help me out. The kids would go and feed the animals at home because it was just too much for me. I mean, I went foraging for fiddleheads. I was 3 days in a row where I had to go to work in the morning and I was going to bed around 2 a.m. and that was nonstop. So, I mean, I the kids helped me. They have the stuff they like to do, and they have the stuff they don't like to do. The second kid is 14. He started working as well. As long like they're paying for their own stuff. As much as everything is difficult financially for me, if they go out, they pay for their own stuff. My daughter, she bought her car by herself. There was no way that I was able to help her out. She is paying for her own insurance. She's paying her own gas. Um, as long as they do their part, who am I to complain, right? Like, I didn't put kids on this planet for them to be my slaves. Um, I don't mean that as an insult to anyone. I agree that I'm hoping that they will eventually start doing more. Um, it depends on what it is. When it was time to plant the seeds, the kids enjoy it. When it's time to make videos, half the time the kids enjoy it. When it's time to do the weeding, nobody cares about that stuff. When it's time to go see the animal at the new spot, they often want to come. And when it's time to harvest, it's hard to count on them for that part as well. Some people are just crazy. Your fan commented on our video saying that I shot some moves and took down a video and was trying to present myself as, yeah. Sorry about that, Jack. Hello, Amanda. Thank you very much for dropping by. The third is technically true, but fairly clearly as a joke. Okay, talking to each other. Ermi promised to watch our moves video once every 4 to 6 hours, which was very nice of him. It was an amazing video. I mean, people that go out hunting know that it's never as easy as it seems. Like, I'm not happy that I shot a moose and followed blood for like 2 hours and then I couldn't find the animal. Um, I mean, it was raining. It was dark at 7:45. I shot the moose around 7:15. Went back to camp. My cousin told me he was going to come with me. Set the GPS. Left in the middle of the dark, like it was dark. 7:45. It's dark. We got there around 8:15, maybe by the time we started looking for the moose. We had 2 flashlights and a GPS. That's all we had. We left in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the night. No water, no food, nothing to light a fire. It was raining hard. I mean, I did try to find the animal. It's not like I didn't try. um, Followed the blood trail for about 2 hours. And then after an extra 30 minutes of not being able to see anything at all, my cousin's like, well, you know what? The last trail of blood we saw, I'm pretty sure he's still alive out there and we're not going to find him. So at what point do you call it a day? I mean, it was 10 p.m. at that time. I don't know about you guys, but if I spent 2 hours and a half in the middle of the dark, in the rain, when I'm cold, wet, my light was about to give up. I didn't know how much battery I had left on my GPS. At some point, my cousin even told me that, if we have to sleep in the woods, we'll sleep in the wood and figure out our way in the morning. It was time for us to go. And there's even one person that commented that if he shot an animal and couldn't find it, that he was going to call it off for the year. Thing is, you get one tag every 10 years. You want to go out there and harvest an animal. I don't like saying that on YouTube, but I know a lot of people, native people, that go out and hunt moose a lot more than what I do, and there's a lot more animals that go down in a year than what people think. I remember a couple of years back, I was driving in the woods. I'm not going to name anyone, I'm not going to point fingers at anyone. There was a guy there shooting at two cows in the middle of a cutting. And I looked at him and I said, "Well, cool, nice shots. Like, how are you going to get them?" And he looked at me and he's like, "I'm only setting up my scopes." In my opinion, this is worse than anything I've ever done. Still packing up your seeds. Awesome. Thank you so much. I don't know if sorry, no chance. Okay, it's all done. I was gonna say I've heard stories about people that were able to join, but it might be too late now. But I see further in the comments that John said it was too late. The processing is a beast. Hello, Michael. Thank you very much for dropping by. Hope you're having a good time right now. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm guessing you're probably dropping a lot of short videos, and I don't get the notification on short videos. So I will have to go and check your channel again, because I was just thinking about that earlier today, that, I haven't seen any of your videos in a while, and I kind of missed that. I have one or two of your videos on my watch later list. I didn't have time to watch all the videos I wanted to do. In French, we are in the season of the Faucon. Yeah, gotta do this, gotta do that. North 44 Farmstead. Hello, thank you very much for being here. It's exhausting, even with the two of us who are always here on the property with all our plants and animals on the property. Can't imagine doing more in a harder scenario. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. You can give me a 20-pound penalty and a 3-week suspension for convincing you to do a Southern. You're on my team, Lewis. No more penalties. You behave now. Take care, Annie. Thank you very much for stopping by. Very appreciated. Photoshop myself in. If you do it, Southern Hemisphere. Talking to each other, no chance at war. South Hemisphere is all done now. Hello, Jim. Thank you very much for dropping by. Haven't seen you on my live stream since I invited you. I think it was in February. Yeah, I think it's important after a while to just look back at what you're doing and realize that it might be too much. It's important to take a step back and just reassess the whole situation. BB Kearns, all in Homestead. I hope I have it right. BB Kearns, all in. Thank you very much for dropping by. It's not fun, but it happens. Yeah, it's not something I like to do. I mean, I already feel bad that I couldn't get the animal for Jack because he was only with us until Friday afternoon. I don't know what happened. Honestly, I got so pissed that I just felt like taking the gun and like destroying the gun on a tree somewhere. Unfortunately, it wasn't my gun, or fortunately, I should say, because I get very emotional at that stuff at sometimes, and it could have been ugly. We gotta get the dogs trained up. There's no way I'm stalking around in the woods at night. You're not the only one, as you could see, Jack. This is Lindsay talking, but Jack knows. Selge is he was kind of being funny about it, because he literally said, like, I'm not afraid to say it, I'm afraid of the dark. And he wasn't going out in the dark. It was a struggle for him just to go out and pee. doesn't know anything. He's some privilege. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah. Um, no worries, Robert. I'm just happy you're here. First, no. Officially, no. I'm pretty sure last Sunday we were sitting in my parents' place for Thanksgiving, and I'm pretty sure I saw a few snowflakes coming down, but it was in the middle of rain. We had some freezing rain a little bit. I can't guarantee for sure it was official snow. It should happen anytime soon because usually around this time we have like the first little flakes, but it doesn't really stay until November. So we're usually lucky enough that we don't have snow until November. You do tons of shorts, right? And that's it. I'm gonna have to go on your channel and really go take a look. It's not like it takes a long time to watch short videos. Plus, I mean, it's interesting. I love seeing all the stuff you do. Family harvested my first grouse. Awesome. I brought my son grouse hunting. I have a video that I have to edit, but this week was just like, my 14-year-old got his first grouse and was able to get 2. So we got 3 grouse in the freezer. I let my son shoot. So first year, I'm pretty sure he's shooting too low because of the way that he got his first one. Sorry. And he missed a lot. Plus, there was a lot that were kind of scared. When you see them 300 feet away and they just start flying away, it's not normal for a grouse. But Jim, if you want to go for a drive, man, just let me know. I mean, 2 minutes away from my place, we can go drive around in same trails for the whole day, and we'll see a bunch of grouse. And I can let you shoot them all if you want. Like I don't mind. I just don't like seeing grouse getting away. Whether it's my son shooting or myself or my brother, my dad or you or a friend, another friend of mine. I just like seeing them and know that they're going to be some food at some point. Welcome back, Angie. Like, don't get me wrong. I will go running out to the barn prepared to pitchfork something to net in the dark if I have to, but I am not happy about it. And if I weren't for adrenaline and whatnot. Yes. He shot the bird, and I mean, of course, you see like the boom, and you blink, and Anthony's like, I'm pretty sure I saw the grouse go that way down the hill. I'm like, I thought I saw it going in the woods. So I said, well, let's go in, and we'll go down in the woods. If it's there, we'll see it, and if it's not, we'll go back down further down the road, so we might have a chance to see it if it was down the road. Meanwhile, my brother was doing the same road we had just done, and he was coming back towards us. So I heard him pass in the road when we were in the woods, and suddenly he stopped and he started yelling at me. He said, "Hey, Remy, your bird is on the side of the road here. I have it in my hands. Come and get it." So we got out, and it turns out the bird did at least, I'd like to say 100 feet down the road. My niece was on the ATV, and she saw like the gray spot on the ground. And she's like, "Hey, Pa, I think I see a bird on the ground right there." And he's like, "Well, it's kind of possible that it was just be right there waiting, like." And then he backed up and he saw the bird that was dead. So he knew that it was the one that we had just shot. I mean, it was still warm and everything. So we looked at the bird, and it turns out he did, in fact, hit him in the legs. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for dropping by. And yes, I am trying to do just that. I'm hoping for any buck, really. Jack promised me one. If I miss, it's my fault, but I'm hoping that we at least get a chance to see some. If I get you a buck on opening day, then I'll be pretty happy. There's that one young buck in particular who's always around. Poor Dino now has. Yeah, but who knows? You know exactly where he is, so you have a better chance than us to get him down, right? Uh, uh, Jake is in Neil River now, so he's much closer to you. We should get together for a hunt for sure. Yes, it'd be nice. I mean, you know where I live. From here, I just get out of my street and basically just go across the road, and I'm right in the middle of the woods. And I was literally behind a guy's garage, the one that we passed on his property. He's allowing us to pass. He made a trail just for that. We were basically just behind his garage, and there was a grouse right there that flew just away from us. I'm like, too close. But um, yeah, there's a lot of grouse, and especially this time. Sorry, I'm just watching. I have the scores of the hockey game right there. Um, you'll see a lot of grouse. They might be scared at this time, but usually the later you go in the season, the colder it gets, and they have more tendency of staying there and waiting for us. Um, just about where in Hill River is he? Like I told you, I really have some stuff to get fixed. My lawnmower is not working. My tractor lawnmower is not working, and my snowblower is not working. So if he's willing to take a look, that'd be great. Hello, Coastal Water. Thank you very much for dropping by. Tracy, what you you missed everything. um, I noticed that Robert was also asking what the changes are going to be. I'm just going to go at it quickly again. I'm not going to go into details, but basically, the season's been rough on me. Physically, mentally, I am drained. And what I realized is that I had financially was hard, mentally was hard, physically was hard to have so much animals. Um, Not only do I have a few ones here, like the rabbits that I'm allowed to keep, and a few layers, but I have all the animals on Sarah's property as well. And to feed all the animals is getting more and more expensive. To try to keep the breed separated is hard as well. My goal was to get the pure breeds, get them going in the incubator, and keep the roosters for food, keep the hens for layers, and maybe for food if I had too much, or even sell them if I could. But I realized that it's just too much. It is way too much. So the change that's going to happen is that I am now downsizing my chicken flock again. I did that last year because I had to, but this year I'm doing it because I need to do it. So what I will be doing from now on is keep about 10 layers, even if I have to buy them at the co-op. Um, I know a few friends of mine that have a few chickens as well if I want to have a special breed, but you know, I'll keep it a few layers here. Uh, I want to have some meat chickens only, not the dual purpose kind that I want to try to keep going. I'll just have the meat chickens, turkeys, and quails. But that's just going to be for 2, maybe 3 months in a season. And the rest of the time, I'm hoping to just have the layers, chicken layers, and a few rabbits. Um, I also realize that the rabbits I have here are not really the big ones, like the meat rabbits that you can harvest at 12 weeks. Um, Jim is, if he's still in the chat, and maybe even Marilyn, they're both very knowledgeable in the rabbit area. The rabbits I have here are about 20 weeks now, and I still don't think they're big enough to put in the freezer. I don't even think that if I were to butcher them, that I would have enough meat for a meal for myself. So, um, yeah, so I'm gonna try to change the rabbits as well. Um, don't do a recap, just so that's our kind of recap, Tracy and Robert, about what's about to happen for me. Deer season is starting on the 24th here, So on the 23rd, my brother, my dad, and I are heading over to Ren's homestead, which will be amazing. I don't know if my dad will enjoy being maybe in a smaller space than he's used to, because he's my dad's 64, and his fun is just to go out and walk as long as he can. You know, it's kind of funny because my brother was talking about that last week actually, and he was, well, Dad's getting older. He still likes to go out for his walk in the middle of the woods. I'm kind of afraid that at some point, we're just not going to find him. Uh, Anything can happen. He's 64, and I told him, like, I don't like to think about that stuff, but if he does leave while he's in the woods hunting, at least he's gonna go out doing something he likes. And just to think about that this way, it makes me want to make sure that I can go deer hunting as much as I can with them for as long as I can. With my luck, I'll smoke him on the road with the truck the day before. You better not. Well, if you do, do your thing. Yes, Marilyn, your recaps are awesome. Hello, Jotham. Jotham, is that the way it's pronounced? Jotham or Joham? Jotham. Ecocentric Homestead. Thank you very much for dropping by. Just here listening. Thought I'd let you know I was here. Right on. Thank you very much. Gotta run. Nice chat with you all. Thank you very much, Multi Hunter 247. You probably told me your first name at some point, but I don't remember. So if you ever have a chance, let me know. Thank you for that. Always nice to see you watching. Okay. It's not the size of the rabbit that matter. It's how you use it. I heard. You got that right. I'm getting rabbits next week finally. Awesome. They're fun to take care of. 5 pounds is harvest time, but that's the thing. I don't think mines are 5 pounds, even the ones that are about 20 weeks. Now, I don't know if it's because I have the same batch in the same cage. That might be the issue. Maybe I would need to separate them so that they could just focus on the feed that they need. But for some reason, they're not getting big enough. We're here for deer hunting tomorrow. Oh, sorry, Tracy. Walk in the woods is so healthy and awesome. Thank you very much for being here, Harvey Black, too. And yes, you got that right. For me, deer hunting is the best. That's my favorite hunt because of that. And I mean, I go grouse hunting. If I don't get a grouse during the day, like, it means it's a very, very, very bad year, because most of the time I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last year we went for a drive, my cousin and I, the same drive I want to bring Jim, and in the day we missed a few, and we still came back home with our limit. So grouse hunting, we get grouse. Moose hunting, Sels was kind of pissed at me because he kept saying that I jinxed us this year. We got the moose on Saturday morning, but I've never been moose hunting without getting the moose meat. Deer hunting is a hunt that it's hard. I got deer twice in my life. Both time it was me that did the kill. My brother landed 14 points, a big monster, a few years before I actually started going hunting with them. I'm the oldest kid in the family, but I was in university, college, or just started a new job at that point, and I couldn't go deer hunting with them. So for one of those reasons anyway, they were out hunting and he got 14 points. And it was actually a nice story, but it's going to be a story for another day. And yes, I will cherish every moment I have. I always have wondered if that's true about the rabbits. I think the chicks may be lying to us about that. Uh, well, seeing the time it takes for our bat rabbit to do his thing, size matters, I would think. You guys. Yes. Okay, let me take my breath. All right. That's what I needed. I needed some laugh tonight, guys. Um, blushing. I don't know why I'd be blushing. I'm just laughing. um, your laugh is making me smile. Right on. We were talking before the live stream, and Lindsay and I told her to get Jack drunk so it would make me laugh. And then I'm like, oh, well, maybe if I start laughing on my live stream, it might not be such a good idea because I won't be talking. I'm just going to be laughing. Sorry. And then there was Marilyn and Lindsay saying that if you laugh, it's kind of contagious, right? If you laugh, you make other people laugh. So if I laugh and I make you guys laugh, well, it's a plus. So what's been going on with you guys? I know it's kind of a hard subject maybe to talk about. You know, when you hit the point where you have to take a step back, burnout, mental issues, burnout. I just said that. Just being tired, um, crying happy tears. Right on. Um, if anyone wants to talk about personal experiences or just acknowledge um, that someone has been going through some stuff, to watch Chicken Sleep. Yeah, I've seen videos where people are just filming chickens. Um, at the same time, if you watch chickens just doing their thing, it has a like what's the word it's relaxing. It gives a feeling of like before I would go to bed, it'd be a nice sound to have. We won't be raising pigs next year, okay? Um, for the same reasons I just mentioned. Um, I didn't get a chance to raise pigs this year. I will need to have a talk with Serge to see if he wants to go that way next year. It's I've had pigs 2 years ago. Last year I had to get rid of them because of everything that happened with the village. Um, it's just something that I love doing, and the pigs. Of course, I would have to go and feed them twice a day, but it's already what I've been doing this year. So, it's a minute that we tried didn't work, but you can't sit in it either. You always be better off pivoting and moving forward. Yes, true. Um, I think that it takes courage to admit that you hit a wall, and um, that you have to take a step back. Um, For me, it was even more than that. And a lot of you know what I've been going through lately, but it's just that, you know, you need to realize that we are not robots, we are not superhumans, and there's only so much we can do. Gardening, happy to be alive. I was hoping to get a fall garden going. Actually, all I could do was radishes. I didn't even have time to get there. So you are taking some time off. That's a change. I missed something somehow. No, Robert. It's not that I'm taking some time off. It's just that I am downsizing my farm. My like I said, my goal was to have um, pure breeds where I would keep them breeding and get the chicks and get the little chickens going and put the roosters in the freezer and the hens keep them as layers or either sell them or whatever, maybe even put them in the freezer if I had too much. But I realized that it's just too much. Um, if it was just a garden itself, it'd be all right. But to take care of the animals, to take care of the garden, to do all the preservation, to do all the soil amendment, and fishing, hunting, um, it's just too much. So I just need to take a step back. The season is over pretty much. I mean, I still have 12 days, but I have to butcher some rabbits this weekend, and I think it's 3 quails left, and a few chickens that sorry, I'm tired. That I want to put in the freezer, but beside that, the season will pretty much be over. And when I go deer hunting, I mean, deer hunting is starting on the 24th, so there's no way I would have that ready for weigh-in for Shed Wars anyway. Uh, Burnout, lots of change, too much going on, but not enough at the same time. Yeah, it's. I think it's something that a lot of homesteaders go through, especially as YouTubers. We are trying hard to put everything out there. I think I have 4 videos ready to be edited and I mean they're filmed, and I just don't have time to do all the editing and all that stuff. Uh, you need to take time for yourself. You need to take time with the family. You need to take time to care for the animals. You need time to care for the garden, to harvest, to preserve. At some point, you're going to need to cook that food. Uh, if I want to go hunting, if I want to go fishing, has been done for a while for me simply because I can only do so much at the same time. Um, you know, there's only so much you can do. So I I have to take a step back, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And just I hate that I have a lot of people in here watching that are members, amazing members of my membership, and I can't give you what I promised in the description when you registered. I'm just hoping that I will get the energy to go and do some more stuff, add some more pictures, add some more videos out there, do some more stuff. I know Sarah, I don't know if she's still in here. She is my official first Squash Premium member, which means she's paying a little bit more to get a little bit more. But one of the things that was promised is that she was going to have her own live streams. Then again, to do a live stream for only one person is not really fun for her and for me. So I'm just trying to find a way to compensate for that and to get some stuff out there as much as I can for her and for all the different members. Plus, I also need to get some videos out for all of my followers, all my subscribers. I learned this week that rabbits can miss, and he is really looking for his last owner. I don't like me much now. Oh yeah, well, animals are like that, right? We don't think that they can feel, but I guess they do. Okay, it's good to know that I'm not the only one. I think pretty well we're downsizing everything a bit. I'm trying to get our process down so it's all way faster and more efficient. I was watching chickens trying to eat shelled peanuts last night in the Philippines on YouTube. Well, sometimes it's just a good way to free your mind, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. Most of our homesteading journey has been failure. It's super hard. You're not alone. It's good to know you're not alone, but I never see anything as a failure. I see it as a lesson learned. Yes, only so much I can do, and if I was alone in the family, what am I seeing there? New member. Okay. I'm gonna keep talking about. Okay, so okay, I see now. If I was alone, like all alone, doing all that, I probably wouldn't feel as much pressure because right now I feel like I have to do more for the family, for the kids. Um, like it's just something that as a father or as a parent, or even if you don't have kids, you want to be able to bring something to the table for your family. But if I was alone, the amount of food that I was able to bring in, um, I'd be, I would be good to survive on that for a year, and I guarantee I would not get sick because the only thing I would need, guys, stop it. the, the I'm I'm forgetting what I was gonna say. The the only thing I would need if I was alone with everything that I harvested would be like the bread and the milk. And I mean, of course, like salt and stuff like that. But I was able to do the salsa I wanted to make. Um, it's delicious. I love it. That's what I had for supper, and I actually had two different two plates. So that was it means it was good. Um, I have some fish. I have some chicken. I have some turkeys. I have some quails. I have some grouse. Um, I have some moose meat. Uh, I have some trout, striped bass, mackerel, flatfish. I might be able to get some deer if I'm lucky. Um, guys, come on, stop it. uh, um, ve- ve- vegetables. I have over 100 pound of carrots. I have potatoes. I don't have much left, like I said earlier. Um, I've harvested some peppers, tomatoes, squash, zucchinis, a few cucumbers. Um, I also harvested peas, beans. I also have some beans frozen. Um, I'm trying to focus on what I have to say, and I'm gonna get emotional. Um, I'm just trying to remember what else I had. A few pumpkins, sweet potatoes, beets, turnips. I was able to grow so much food. Um, okay, let's see. Well, like I said, I don't think that you can consider that as a failure because I'm pretty sure you learn from it. The first 10 years I had a garden, I think the only thing I was able to grow was like two carrots and like one radish. And then I just figured I was doing something wrong, and I went on and tried to learn as much as I could. We're going to keep our pigeon numbers under 200 and have their food and water and pens be set up to be easier. And I think one of the mistake I made was, uh, as much as I knew that I would have to grow slowly, um, I I think I still managed to go too big too fast, and that's probably where I hurt myself because yes, I was able to buy um, feeders and waterers and all that kind of stuff, but it, I keep you guys have no idea what that means to me. I mean, one of my one of my issues right now is that I am financially like at the bottom. Um, I I told some of you that um, my daughter is going to need braces. Um, that's going to cost me $8,000, and I have no money whatsoever to pay for that. And I was told that if she doesn't get those braces soon, that her teeth are pushing on her nerves, and that she could paralyze. So that's another extra pressure on me that, you know, as a dad, you don't want to see that. I will never accept that. I don't know what I'm going to have to, like, I'm going to have to find a second, third job. I'm going to have to do the impossible to get that money going. And I need to pay some bills. I need to fix my life financially. And I well, Marilyn, uh, yeah, you didn't have to do all that for me. Um, thank you, thank you so much. Um, I'm gonna keep going. Okay. Um, my best videos are me messing up, so I fail at one thing, and that helps me excel in another. And yes, um, that's something that we had a discussion, Lindsay and I, and about the bad comments I got on my videos, and I even took my video out um, for a few days until I figured, you know what, That video gave me $30 of advertising. $30 out of that one video. $30 per video. You can insult me, you can bitch at me, you can laugh at me, you can insult me, you can. For $30, all of you guys give like, you can come here and slap me in the face if you want. You know. It'd be great to overwinter. Yeah. You don't know what we have, how many we have. We have about 70 homing pigeons right now and about 70 barn pigeons on this. Awesome. Thank you, Angie. That's so awesome. Pet a moose. Is it okay if I pet one that's already? I'll have a few native friends. I'll find one and that goes hunting, and I'll ask them if I can go and pet a dead moose. Content is hard, and it's hard, especially now for us Canadians, because the Americans are in their second or maybe even third growing season, and here we are trying to preserve what we have, and we are hoping that it's going to be enough for the winter. So, to me, that's even harder. Following what? Well, thank you, Sarah. I will start putting more pictures. I don't know why I feel like the member area is a little bit more private, kind of. I tend to put more pictures that I would not necessarily put out there for all the people. Just for example, for those of you watching who don't know what I have in my membership area, I have a picture of my girlfriend, my daughter, and I, and my mom, and my daughter's prom. You've probably never seen my girlfriend on one of my live streams. So that yes, I started by doing the 99 cents thing because I figured nobody was gonna join, and then I think Tracy was the first one to join. So I sent him a message saying, "Hey, thank you very much. I'm gonna have to go and do some videos for you now." And his reply, as a real friend, true gentleman, true friend, was that he didn't care if I had stuff or not in there, just wanted to support me because I'm his friend. But it's a deal is a deal. You pay for a membership, I have to give you some stuff. So I'm gonna be doing just that. And it's been a little bit harder for me lately with time and all the stuff that's been going on in my life. But I will get back and get stuff going again. Thank you, Marilyn. I have many rules I live by, but the most important two are: don't sweat small stuff. Everything is small stuff. It works most of the time. True. Yes. I don't think that I had tears, but I was struggling to speak for a little bit. Yes. That's just, you guys have no idea what that means to me. And I mean, I was on Creekside Maples live stream when they announced that they were that they were losing their home, and they were in need of help to find another place. And I was there with them when they finally got to the point where they had enough money to buy their new property. And that was touching. And as much as, sometimes you like to believe that friends are there, um, the people are going to tell you, if you need to talk, I'm here. Um, there's nothing like showing it, and you guys have definitely shown it tonight. Thank you so much. Two of the scariest things that people can go through. Thank you, Tracy. I saw that, John. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, a deal is a deal, right? It's part of the deal. I'm gonna have to go and do something else. Um, it's now that you guys are like 4 or 5 in the premium squash membership, I will have to do a live stream just for you guys. I don't know what the subject will be. I don't know what I'll be talking about. But I'm gonna have to do something. Yes. And trust me, Robert, today was one of those days. Thank you, Jack and Lindsay, or both of you. I noticed that you sent 2. Hello, Let's Try Gardening. Thank you very much for being here. You came at a moment where I was kind of emotional, and I'm just trying to catch my breath now. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The community is simply amazing. I've had a chance to meet most of the people in the chat, and the ones that I didn't get a chance to meet personally, I've had a chance to talk to outside of YouTube, either on Facebook or by email, and they're all amazing people. I think, John, you're the only one that I have you on Facebook, but for some reason you're not seeing my message, or you don't want to answer my message. It's okay too, but yeah, just saying. Yes, I had a few sweet potatoes. I think I had roughly like 5 pounds of sweet potatoes. Thank you so much, Sarah. Really, really appreciate it. It's amazing that people that I've never met, or people that I've met on YouTube, are now supporting me this way. It means so much, guys. I don't know how to become a member. No worries. The perks you already have anyway. You have direct connection with me if you want to chat anytime about anything, and you get some pictures on Facebook or whatever, so don't worry, guys. There are a lot of colors. Yes, true. Some yellow, red, green, orange, blue. You have no idea. I saw a little bit lower that you guys found the button, so thank you very much, you guys, as well. Angie, you didn't have to do that. I literally just paid for my Canva fee or tuition, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, thank you so much. Homestead. See here. Okay, new member. Thank you. here for you. Thank you so much. Yes, and that's exactly what we were talking about. And I noticed uh, when I removed my video, I was um, close to 2,000 views on my video. I think I was around like 1,950 or something like that. And Ren's put their ones a few days after mine or the next day, and they were just roughly close to 1,000 views. And then I saw their video again, and they were like 3,000 views. I'm like, what? Okay, I'm gonna put back my mine on. Like I put it back on, and it didn't have any bad comments since. Although it didn't really have any comments at all. So, Petamoose for $30. If I could get to them, I would probably try. Like, you don't know how crazy I am when it comes to animals. The only thing I will not try to pet is something that I have to swim for because I'm not a good swimmer. And I will not try to pet a bear or a coyote. Strangely, a moose, I've been at about 5 feet from a live one, and it didn't bother me at all. Maybe a deer. I've pet a deer, Robert. I have a few pictures. I can try to go find the pictures and show you. I literally pet a deer. That was awesome. But they're not as dangerous as a moose. Hello, Lynn. Thank you very much for dropping by. You missed a lot. A lot of emotions again. And yeah, ask Hunter out there with a straight face if you can pet a moose. I'm guessing that if the moose is on the ground, they will not mind. Hello, Chuck. Life with Belinda and Chuck. I'm guessing it's Chuck. I've never seen Belinda. Well, I've probably seen her, but not as much, not as often as you. Don't feel pressured. Laugh a bit, but yeah, but you guys are giving me like positive tears. It's good. Well, yeah, not tears, but I'm I mean, I'm a person. I have emotions. Unless you think it motivates you, in which case people demand 4 pictures a day. 4 pictures a day. I'll take pictures of the 4 walls. That's okay. Days growing season. Yes, true. Yes, I know that I'll be okay because for one, I have some amazing people around me, surrounding me. Um, I was about to say something, but I it's not the place to say it. But let's just say that I realized today that I have great family. I have great friends. I have friends that I consider family now. Um, and one thing I know is that my parents, um, my dad is not the kind of guy that will talk about stuff. But if I call him and ask him for help, he's going to be here in a heartbeat and he's going to help me out. My mom, she was never really talking one or the listening one. I remember when we were younger, I'd be coming home, not feeling too well, telling her that I needed to talk, and she would basically just tell me, like, stop being down, like, just be happy. Like, in this family, we're not down. Not that those were the exact words, but it was kind of that way. And after my uncle passed away, he committed suicide back in 2011. I remember my mom came with me in the bedroom, and she started talking to me about, you know, life stuff. And I remember telling her, like, "Mom, I'm fine. You need to care for my brothers. I'm good. Really, you need to take care of my brothers." And for those of you who don't know, 4 months later, my the second my my second well the second the second kid in the family. I'm the oldest. The middle one, which was my oldest brother, um, committed suicide 4 months later. And I remember going again to talk to my mom, and I looked at her. I said, "Mom, I'll be fine. You need to take care of my brother now." And she looked at me frightened, and she told me, "Remy, you said that the last time, and look what happened. Like, don't say that." And from that moment, I realized that it's not it, it's not something that you can be happy about. It's not something that you can be proud of. It's not something that you can. It's not fun to learn from that kind of stuff. But now I know that at any given time, I call my mom. I know that she'll listen to me. I know that she'll be there for me. And I've seen today that I have some amazing friends, um, not only in the community but all around me as well. Okay, enough emotions. I was going to go hunting bear for a video, but YouTube policies say I have to wear clothes. Yeah, they they say that, right? Uh, you'll have to teach me how to grow sweet potatoes. Uh, I just look at. I think Annie from Back to Basics Homestead has a video on that, and Hickory Croft Farm has a video on that as well. I didn't film because it was my first time trying. I was able to grow the plant and the roots from the one sweet potato. Sorry, and I was able to plant it outside. I ended up with tiny ones. Like, I mean, they're the size of my little finger. They were not big potatoes, but they were still sweet potatoes, and they need to be in warm soil. So if I wanted to grow more sweet potatoes, I guess I would have to put them in a greenhouse. You blocked them. Well done. Wow, 4,000 views now, which is insane. It's done 10 times better than all the rest of our stuff combined. Wild experience. Well, the video is awesome. It has humor. It has suspense. It has, a story, a good, like, catching story. The fact that we were able to harvest the moose at the end. It was the views, the filming, the editing, everything was just amazing. Time for me to hit the hay. I'll watch the rest of the stream in the morning. Have a good night. Thank you very much again, Sarah. Thank you so much. If you're leaving, BB Kearns Allen, thank you very much for stopping by. Very appreciated. Hello, Haney. I don't know if you're still here by the time I read this, but thank you very much for dropping by. Big Brother? Who's Big Brother? I hung out with Wolf, one of the best experiences in my life. Cool. That must have been awesome. We'll never forget it. I just found the photos. Awesome. Yeah. they're not really naked, are they? That's the thing. It's funny how they get a lot of subscribers though, because all they have to say is, I'm gardening naked. You just need to put that in your title and put a thumbnail where they only see your face and they can imagine that you might be naked, and people will start watching. Same here, Tracy. Like, I mean, it just doesn't fit me. Yeah, what Marilyn said. Um, really seem to come together on that one. Like, you got, I've said it the first time I saw your first video, Jack and Lindsay. I don't know if it's only Lindsay doing the editing, or if it's Jack helping, or if it's Jack doing the editing and Lindsay is helping, but whenever I talk about your channel, it's always about how amazed I am on the quality of the stuff. Once you guys start teaching, right now you're doing more vlogs, which is amazing. When you guys start teaching a little bit more and your videos start taking off, you're gonna go like this. Just can't understand how difficult it is. Some days getting out of bed is impossible. Yes, totally. And we can talk about it all we want. There's Let's Talk Dave by Bell, and then they have all those different kind of special days that they have for this and that, but unless you face it, it's hard to understand. I'm the big brother. Why am I the big brother? What did I do? My phone is almost dead. I'll stay as long as I have battery. Awesome. Thank you, Annie. I'm the young sister to make you angry sometimes, I don't remember you making me hangry. I mean, sometimes family, friends will have different opinions on some stuff. Sometimes it won't necessarily make me happy that you tell me the way you think about something that I'm doing. It doesn't mean that I'm hangry. Biggest fan. Sorry, it is what it is. Yeah, the thing about Ren's Homestead is, to me, is just the quality of the video itself. I think they have a very good camera. I was behind the camera on some of Jack's video, which is awesome. I was behind the scene on some of those as well, and no, it's just everyone's got their strength in the YouTube world. You just need to find it. You just need to know what you're doing good and focus on that. We really got to do more lives, though. Yes. From what I was reading, the more lives, well, it's not something I was reading. It's just the more lives you do, the more watch time you get. And then I was also reading that the more watch time you get, the more activities you get on your channel, whether it's a thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, good or bad comments. All that is pushing your video more and more. And then, from what I understand, is if you have a good thumbnail, that's why they say that the thumbnail is one of the most important thing in YouTube. There's actually a place in the studio that you can go and see exactly how often your thumbnail was pushed out there, and how many people clicked on it. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning a lot. So the more activity, the more watch hours, the more all of that you get on your channel is going to get your videos pushed more. And then if your thumbnail is getting pushed 20,000 times and you get 4%, then it's going to give you, like, I don't know the numbers, but let's just say that you get 50 views, for example, out of those 20,000 times. Well, you know that you need to work on your thumbnail. There's that one thumbnail, I think it was the one for moose hunting, actually, where it was pushed like a certain amount of times and I had like 10% click, which means it's amazing. It's awesome because it means my video is going to get watched more often. I'm going to get more activity on my channel. It's going to get pushed even more. And then 10% of those people are going to come and watch my video. And that's what you have to keep in mind. So, Marilyn, the best advice I can give you, and it's not because I'm a real big YouTuber. I mean, I'm just barely making money right now. Well, except for tonight there. It's just find your niche, find out what you're doing. You know, Lynn is doing that. She's doing her thing where she's showing the stuff that she's doing in the house, recipes, harvest, the garden, all that stuff. And she keeps doing the same, like, I don't mean the same thing, but the same style, and people love it. People keep going back, and I am a little over 500 views from 60,000. That's awesome, Lynn. That's awesome. And yeah, so it's just a matter of finding what people like in your video, Marilyn. And once you find that, people are going to start watching your videos more. That little GoPro is fantastic, bang for the buck. 10% would recommend for everyone. We have the other camera now too, but it's delicate and jack things. I drop it too much. I have my friend's GoPro that I'm going to try to bring for deer hunting. After everything that I witnessed while moose hunting, I want to have a camera there on my head to be able to film everything that's happening. This is something that I might be asking for Christmas too, but right now the main things on my list are a juicer and a bigger pressure canner. I'm garbage egg thumbnail. Well, sometimes it's not that we don't know how to make it. It's just that we don't have time to do it. Because like I said earlier, I work full time. I go to work. I get back home around 4:30, supper time. I go in the garden. I harvest a few things. Get back in. Gotta go feed the animals at the farm. Gotta come back here, feed the animals here. By the time I'm done, it's 8, 9 p.m. Now I have to preserve the food. I have to, doing all that while filming. And then I come back home and I have to try to edit the video from the previous day and try to put it out. So usually what I do is I will film today, do the editing tomorrow, and put it up the next day, the day after tomorrow. So by the time I do all that, I don't have time to worry about a big fancy thumbnail. But it's something that we should do. It would give us more views and more followers, right? And yes, thumbnails are stressful. It's something you have to focus on, but it's something that we take for granted most of the time. But I've seen it with the data from studio that it's really, really important. My good thumbnail was seen by 150K people, I think. More like conversion of 4.5. 4.5 is still pretty good, especially if it's getting put out there more and more. I think as long as you keep the ratio of comment and thumbs up versus the amount of views, and the ratio of thumbs up versus the thumbs down, I think YouTube is going to keep pushing your video slowly but surely. And if you get that 4.5% and you keep it going, you're going to get the views. Okay, I've seen that already. Because we can farms. Thank you very much for dropping by. Yes, I think it is the first time that I see you here. Thank you so much. It's nice to see some different people. Everyone in the chat here, the community is amazing. Marilyn, if you're still on, Angie, Tracy, you can go ahead and share people's channel. I don't mind. It's actually fun to see people following each other. We always get to meet new people, and it's always fun. Yeah, you'll survive. But it's I know what I know about thumbnails because someone told me some stuff. Someone taught me some stuff. For me, was Angie that gave me a few tips, and I can see that she's still here. It's just a matter sometimes of having a different perspective on what you're doing. I have to hit. Hey guys, how long did tomorrow great live stream? Thank you so much, Tracy, and take care, brother. Good night, good night, good night. That's what's happening with Moose. It's barely dropped off in 2 weeks. Yes, it's fun when you have one video that goes up like this. There was a weird sound. Did you guys get any new subscribers out of it? I just changed up my editing and made a faster paced video. We are doing a barn build and a lot of chainsaw and sawmills, so change music. Cool. Awesome. Let's see if I can open your channel. Oh, wow. Almost 6K. I wasn't following you guys. I am now, and I will hit the bell. And I will start following your journey. Just quickly reading. Awesome. Okay, looks like you have an interesting story because we can farm. I will start following you, definitely. We took a data, we looked pretty, and took the afternoon and took pics for thumbnails and used them when I can't find a good one. And you know what? My sister-in-law is a professional photographer, and I asked her, and she said yes. I just have to get the guts to go and go to her place to take some pictures. All I want is for her to take pictures in front of blank wall, white wall, or whatever, blue screen, and just take pictures of me with different face, different pauses, and all that kind of stuff, so that I can put on my thumbnails. As weird as it may seem, I think that this is important for getting people to watch your videos. I remember that comment. That was funny. Thank you, Angie, for sharing. You lost a bunch? Like, you mean a lot of subscribers because of the video, or you're up? You have 9 more subs than what you had before. 70 from the hurricane video. Nice. That's awesome. Just screen back from Premiere. Yeah, from Premiere, but I'm not good at them. So, well, usually all I do is just take a random picture of me just being like, or just putting my face in a specific way, or and then I'll remove the background. Thanks to Angie, now I have the pro version on Canva, and it's so easy to remove the background. To think that I would have to go in Photoshop and remove the background from all my pictures and go with the brush and remove pixel by pixel. It was so long. It was so long. Awesome. Cool. So you guys are from Texas, right? Yes, Texas. Moved from Northern Idaho. Awesome. Um, I don't know much about those areas of the states. We live up here in a cold of Canada. I live in northern New Brunswick in zone 4B. I think I'm here, and as you can probably see from my accent, my main language is French. English is my second language. um, but it's always I love seeing what other people can do because you never know, right? Like in the future, maybe I will move down there somewhere. Maybe someone from down there will move up here, and it'd be good to see the difference. Regardless, I have Michael Sharp. I don't know if he's still in here. He's from Florida, and I just love watching the stuff he does because it's different than what we have here. Um, I have what's their name? Black Tropical Homestead. They're growing bananas. That's something that we can't grow here, and it's so amazing. No, where we have better views when we have good thumbnails and the titles are a big deal. Yes, yes, totally. That's true as well. I've noticed that some of my videos where the titles are maybe more simple or maybe more directly focused on the subject, I tend to get more views. And sometimes it's crazy, but I will get more views, but the following year, which is kind of cool too. You can do it on iPhone now too. It's amazing. Remove backgrounds. Yes. Well, with Canva, I don't know if you're still talking about Canva, but um, I know I can do it on my phone. I've been using Canva on my cell phone pretty much since I joined your team, Angie. Yes, I I took a course in college back in 2002. I graduated in 2005. Um, the course was all about multimedia and web programming, and multimedia is all about filming, editing, audio stuff, graphic designs. Um, we learn Photoshop, we learn Adobe Premiere for videos, we learn how to program websites, we learned all that kind of stuff. Um, but to work with Photoshop, when you try to remove a background, like it's so hard. It's not hard. Well, it is hard, but it's also very, very long because you can have that one pixel that's, let's say I have a green shirt with a white background, but you'll have that one pixel that's like a pale green. But if you remove it, you're kind of removing the green shirt. And if you keep it there, you're kind of still showing the white background, which is hard to do. So with Canva, it's so much easier. Yes, titles. I tend to do what Angie told me. I take the subject of my video. I try to find what people would be searching for if they were searching for that specific subject. I put that up. I put that as a hashtag. I put that in my description as well. And hashtag keywords and all that is what I try to go with. The videos, honestly, the videos that I was able to take the time to do that stuff, I've seen the difference. Sam, I love watching people out doing their thing. My channel is mostly vlog. Honestly, to be honest, I started my YouTube channel when I was still learning how to garden and how to care for animals. So if you go from 2 years ago to now, I'm kind of showing someone that's never done that kind of stuff where you can start, what you can do, how much you can learn in a year or in a month or in a week or in a day, and just in 2 years you can be there as well if you start where I was. Someone that has more knowledge in the garden will definitely be there before me, way faster than me. But that's basically my story. Last year I was bugged by the village because I wasn't able to have animals here. I had to find a plan B, which was I moved my animals not too far from here. But that I'm trying to show that there's always a different solution um, to every problem. Even someone that doesn't have space to grow a garden at home, you can find a friend that has space. You can find. I have the community garden here that I was able to grow about 300 pound of vegetables this year, if not more. There's always different solutions. I was able to have a friend help me with my animals. There's always a plan B. I bought Canva Pro a few months ago. I really like it. Yes, and you can have the Canva Pro version as a team, and I think that if you have a team, I don't. Angie might know more than me, but I don't know if you need to be 5 person or if you can be less. But it comes down like pretty much cheaper than being alone. I thought that the algorithm would want my thumb. uh, yeah, I don't think, Jack, that the algorithm wants to see you as much as they want to see your wife. I'm sorry. I keep telling the same thing to my girlfriend. She doesn't have to be in a bikini in my videos or in my thumbnails. It is what it is. If you have a lady in the video, even if she's not showing anything, even if she's um, having a snowsuit, still get more attention. That is cool. You're getting more views the next year. Titles are the hardest for me. The shock value, clickbait kind of are sort of. Yeah, I am really not good at clickbait. I mean, look at my face. Like I don't have nothing to show for it. Hello, Sean. Thank you very much for stopping by. I'm laughing now. It was a little bit more emotional earlier, but all good. Smart. Hello. Blanket season. I was tormented over my hurricane videos because we didn't end up getting hit at all. Basically, I never want to do clickbait ever. Yes, and I've seen some people doing it with the clickbait where they have their wives, their girlfriends, or basically the person with the channel putting videos showing more than she would need to. Let's just put it this way. And I think that when it comes down to this, and it's okay. Like I don't judge. If you want to do it, go ahead and do it. But at some point, are you really getting people that are interested in what you're doing, or you're getting people that are interested in how you're looking? I love it. That is valuable information. It's from the city, and she's awesome. My parents got hit hard by Hurricane Florida. It's bad there. Yeah, I hope they're finally starting to see the light. I've seen the pictures you sent us, and my God, it was like almost the end of the world. Have the year look like a potato. Yeah, I feel like that too sometimes. Well, I have to side with Lindsay on that one. yes, totally, Lynn. Like we have to admit that women sell more than men, but I still believe that when you can show that you're a couple working together, the chemistry between both of the people. I keep bugging my girlfriend to be in my videos, and she doesn't want to. And at some point, I will get her on. Um, but everyone that are very, very popular out there, most of the time, both of them are on videos. Of course, there are some odd exceptions, but I mean, you look Hard and Breathe, they're both there. Justin Rhodes is there with Rebecca. Jason from Southerland, his wife is on his channel as well. Simple Living Alaska, and those are the ones that I know that just pop out in my head. Um, but it is what it is. I think it would have worked. No chance, but I was alone because yes, and it was a fun week. All right, thank you so much, Angie. I'm hoping you're still here, but I will wait for you to figure out what I sent you. It was an emotional earlier lifetime channel wants to buy your channel. I wish. I wish. Sorry, and you just talked about it, and there I go again. I have like a small throat ache. I think I'm starting to catch a little cold or something. I might be able to burn the little virus I might have here with alcohol. What do you think? We were a funny channel until Jack started voluntarily getting in front of the camera. Well, it kind of got me wondering now because I think the only video I remember him being on and being like the main character of the video is one where he's showing how to cut an apple tree or how to trim the apple tree. Now I'm starting to wonder, was he really teaching or just fooling around? Because Jack, you know. I wish I could stay, but I have been up since 4:30. I'm tired. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much, Lynn. Take care, and I will definitely be talking to you. Chances are we're going to talk tomorrow. Take care. Thank you so much. Non skin showing thumbnails. I am a 50-year-old grandmother. I mean, things like my dog saved my kid's life and the dog barks. Yeah. Um, even if I wanted to show skin, like, I mean, like, I'm not really the kind of person that's going to get people watching because of the way I look. Sometimes just to have a nice smile and show that you're happy doing what you're doing with a nice background of showing what you're doing, it should be good enough. Um, and that's what I'm going for anyway. My wife does not want me to get her to. Well, I've seen her in some of your videos, and we have to respect our girlfriends because or wives or husband or boyfriend, whoever's on here. Um, but at the same time, I still believe that if my girlfriend was on my videos, that I would get more views. Not because, well, she is hot, not because she's hot, but because you see the chemistry between the two people, and that's what people want to see. People want to see emotions. People want to see stories. People want to see. Yes, people want to learn how to grow tomatoes. People want to learn how to grow radishes, but people also want to see, if you're doing a vlog, people want to see real life. Yeah, and you know it's not fun, but you have to respect that. But get the hot tea going. Oh, I guess that one was serious. Okay, that one. Okay, good to know because it would have been weird if all my apple trees start dying because of you. This is an issue. People think Kimmy and I are a couple and constantly have to tell them we are not, and we're like, man, I know what we had to do intros in every video for a while. Really? Um, well, I understand that it can be tough to have to explain yourself. Um, and I'm here saying that, not being able to do it myself, but I think you should just stop worrying about it. Let people believe what they want to believe. Um, once again, like I say that, um, I'm in no way in a position to tell you to just let it go. Really not. If you see the beginning of this live stream, you'll see that I'm not in the place to tell you that at all. But you know, I was reading your description, and okay, you're friends, and she moved in with you at some point for the video, and like I no whatever, like it didn't even cross my mind, and even if it did, like it's none of my business. I'll watch the videos and see what's going on, and if people really focus on that kind of stuff, um, you know, uh, it's not fun for them because they're not really there enjoying the real stuff. I did that jokingly with geese eating me alive and got so many. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that one. I find it hard to make videos trying to keep her out. Um, I'm not purposely trying to keep her out, but it's just that it would be so much easier if when I do an activity that I could have all of them in the video at the same time. Um, you know, we go to the beach. She doesn't want to be filmed, so I'll be filming on at the other direction. We went up the mountain last winter. Um, she wasn't happy because at some point she was in the video. I had to cut that part out. Um, I get it. She doesn't like it. It's just I wish she would let me just do it once. Then she would see that it's not that big of a deal. But then again, like I'm not in her mind. She's got a reason. I can't judge. I'm not the kind of person that likes to judge. So, as long as she doesn't tell me the real reason why she doesn't want to be on, like I am in no position to decide anything for her. But is it harder? Sometimes yes, because I'm trying to do some activity vlogs. But then again, sometimes I'm just trying to show what I'm doing, and I'm doing what I'm doing pretty much all by myself, which is the subject of this live stream tonight. It was a short though, so they don't really count, even if they've gotten most of our subs. Yeah, it's weird. Um, we were having big discussions in the background. Darren from Thorhaven Farm, me and you Acres, Hickory Croft Farm, and I about the short videos, how they don't pay, they don't really give subscribers, and they don't really give watch time. So we were kind of wondering why. And sometimes it happens by accident. You put a short video just because, okay, well, I have to put a video today. I don't have time to get something really concrete going. I'm just going to put a short video just for fun. And I remember this one short video that was filmed by my 9-year-old son. The editing that I did on it was awful. I zoomed in to show the fish that my other son was catching, and I didn't notice that at some point, because the fish was moving and I had zoomed in, the fish was there. I zoomed in, but then the fish kind of moved like this, and there was a little part where you didn't even see anything before you could see the fish again. So the editing was awful, and it was just my son catching the fish out of the sea. And I ended up with about 10,000 views, and I think it gave me like 28 subscribers. So that was like, why? Why subscribers on that video and not on the moose hunting video I just made? That was 20 minutes long and that had a lot of emotions, a lot of stress. I don't get it. Wants to be okay with being in front of the camera. Yeah, I'm hoping. I would really, really love to have my girlfriend um, doing what I'm doing because I would love to do stuff with her. Um, Even if she was just behind the camera, she doesn't even have to be in front of the camera. If she was just outside with me, filming me while I do my stuff, it would be already better than what's happening now. If I want to show where we are in the pen, it has to go away and I film. Yeah, um, it's not fun. We have to respect that, but yeah, you've done a lot of shorts. Did you really see a big difference, Michael? Did you see a really big increase in your um, subscribers? Yeah, exactly. Like if I want to do a vlog of the stuff we're doing as a family, and the family doesn't want to be in the video, it's kind of hard to do. Not loving the TikTokification of YouTube and Instagram. You mean about the short videos? You're normal. We were blown away by it. What do you mean I'm normal? You think I'm normal? I'm crazy. I'm insane. Um, no, just kidding. Like, I mean, I try to show that um, nothing's perfect. People tend to go see a video and believe that everything is perfect, that the life is perfect, that you just succeed at everything you do. Sorry, but it's not the case. It's never the case, and it's important to show the failures as well as success, because you don't want to show only the failures, because people will look at you and say, well, that guy never makes anything good. But then again, you don't want to show only the success either, because you need to show the failures to learn from them. For us, it's logistic a lot. Jack has more sit-down computer work and client stuff to do than I do, so I've got blocks of time where I'm all by myself, so I often film then. Yeah, I get that. Communal filming so she would not be seen, but she could talk and people could hear. Well, that's still amazing. I mean, if you can do that with your friend, um, that's still something pretty cool. That you can share that experience of being on YouTube and doing both your part. I don't mind being the front guy. I mean, I'm not shy of being laughed at or anything like that. Um, for me, it would just be that I would love to do something more with my girlfriend. Yes, true. Um, I hear a lot of people lately saying that they don't watch YouTube, and oh, I follow this person on TikTok that does canning or does gardening, and they teach me a bunch of stuff in like less than 1 minute. Well, maybe you don't have all the information that you need. Like lives, lives and interests are so varied. I feel like we'll always lose people on that. Well, I think that as long as you stay in the homesteading life, you'll be all right. Like same for me. Like I mean, when I remember when I did my introduction video for Shed Wars, I mean I do farming, gardening, fishing, hunting, and foraging. those are the 5 different ways you can get food in your house. Um, of course, you can look for sales in the stores and buy in bulk and stuff like that. But I mean, if you want to have like food coming out of nature, or you know, from what you can grow yourself, I'm thinking those are the 5 different categories. And I do a lot of things. So I think that it's hard for YouTube to recognize what I'm doing because I'm doing a lot of things. I don't know if that's what you meant by this, Lindsay, but I mean, you show your cooking. Sometimes you cook stuff. You show your animals, your farm animals. You show that you have an orchard, a garden. You show that you have the dogs. It's all part of your life, and you're doing a homesteading life. So to me, it all makes sense. Okay, how to protest? We're making series of 21-minute TV shows. Land video now with a story to help with pain. I didn't even need to see the duck to know that it was Jack. Shorts helped me pass 1K sub. I remember that you were, when I first started following you, I think you actually commented on one of my videos, asking for my help to get monetized, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember what my answer was, but I think my answer would have been something like, just keep going at it. It will come. Just keep posting. And um, I think you were under 100 subscribers back then, and you've had steady growth. Your channel is improving every day, and the stuff that you have is amazing. So congratulations. I don't know if you have the watch time. Probably don't. I don't think you have. If you have a lot of shorts, that's really not how you would get the watch hours. But you should start doing a few live streams. Those help a lot. And pick one time, stick to it. Maybe I will miss it the first time. Maybe I will miss it the second time. Same for a bunch of people. But if you keep going at the same time, eventually I'll be like, okay, Michael is always going Friday 4 p.m. Well, I know next time I'll try to be there. You know what I mean? Like, just stay focused on one date and time, and it'll be all right. Also, we filmed a video with being on a video here. Yeah, sometimes it just takes a one time. I remember I was a kid, maybe 9-10 years old. It would have been, let me think, maybe 1996. So I was maybe 13 years old. Maybe I was older than I remember. There was a special event at the village here, and they were allowing people to go sing a song in front of the crowd. There was probably over 1,000 people in the crowd, and my family kept saying, "Oh, Remy, go sing a song, you're so cute, blah blah blah." And I remember going up there asking a guy if I could go and sing a song, and he's like, "Well, sure, like you're a kid, let's go, we're gonna have some fun, it's all good." And I remember being so stressed out. I would go pee like every 5 minutes until they called my name. Got up there, closed my eyes, started singing. Middle of the song, people were standing up, applauding. I opened my eyes and I could see the people. And it's like, wow, like, okay, this is so much fun. Like, there was this big high of adrenaline coming out in my body, and I'm like, okay, like, this is cool. Like, I want to do this. And then after that, there was always a little stress before you start, of course. but it gets easier. Like you just said, it gets easier. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And I remember when I started doing YouTube, one of my cousins watched one of my video and he told me after, he's like, "Well, you're pretty good at this, aren't you?" I'm like, "Really? Like, I think I suck. Like, I'm not really good at this." So no, really, like, you're not afraid to talk in front of a camera, and you know, you talk the way you would talk if you were talking to someone in person. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. And maybe that compliment stayed in the back of my mind because I don't feel shy when I go and do a live stream. I know there's probably going to be 100 people watching me total by the end of the year or the day, or I make videos where I have a few thousand views, so it gets easier as you go. I'm going to try and sub to everyone on here. I hope I don't miss anyone. Awesome. And yeah, people will sub to you as well. That's awesome. I've been on for 2 hours and a half. And yes, definitely great channels in here. I think that from what I can see in the last few ones, at least, I will be the one with the more subscribers. No, me and you Acres got more subscribers than me. But I mean, we're not really big channels, and we're trying to support each other. And I think that's the way we have to start. The community is so amazing. I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, people are going to follow each other. We're just a bunch of small YouTubers that, small channels, but really awesome big hearts. And everyone in here, if you have a chance to talk to them outside of YouTube, I suggest you go ahead and you do it, because people are amazing. The Growing Farmyard, thank you very much for stopping by. I was almost done. Was talking about things that needed to change in my life in general. I'm gonna downsize my farm. Right now, I realize that what I have is too much, and I hit a wall, and I have to take a step back and think about my mental health. Yes, I'm still going, and yeah, I'm almost out of beer. I told my son I was gonna bring him grouse hunting tomorrow. He's really anxious to go. He's got this first grouse last week, so I'm hoping that he can get a few more tomorrow. I'm gonna have my gun also. I didn't have it. It was my brother borrowed my gun last year with all the bullets. Issues, back orders on stuff. Last year he was out of bullets on his 410, so he borrowed my 12 so that he could go hunting a little bit more. Usually when the deer hunting season, roughly around this time of year, I'm kind of fed up of the grouse, and I kind of stop grouse hunting, so my brother took my gun. But this year I figured I was going to go an extra week for my son. I kind of owe him that much because we didn't really go, to be honest. We went a few hours here and there, but he deserves to be able to go for like a good full day. All right. Thank you very much, Michael, for being here. Take care, my friend. We get it. It takes a lot of time and effort. Yes, and especially doing that alone. Well, I say alone. The kids helped me a little bit. They fed the animals a good part of the summer. My girlfriend as well. But most of the time, it's me doing all that alone. The garden, I've been doing it alone. and it doesn't look like much, but when you have to go and plant the seeds indoors, or even the ones you plant straight outside, and you have to weed the garden, you have to water the garden, you have to, um, trellis the big plants, um, remove whatever is not supposed to be there, whatever, like harvest, preserve, all that part alone. It's it's just too much to handle by one person. I mean, I did the turkeys. The one day I had 8 turkeys. It's not much. It's only 8 turkeys, but I was all alone. I started at 9 a.m. Um, I finished, I think it was around 9 p.m. I didn't take a break. So I took my breakfast at 9 p.m. That's just the kind of thing that you realize after a while that, okay, like, I need to take a break. Um, I need to slow down. 8 turkeys is a good number. There's one of them that's gone already. We had it for Thanksgiving. We're gonna have another one on New Year's Eve, or Christmas. Um, the 6 other turkeys, we're gonna probably cook them here, um, to do sandwich or whatever, or anything like that is good. But it just shows that you do something like that a whole day, not taking a break. It gets it gets heavy on the shoulders. Go get that boy. And you'll always have someone to go grab something with. Yep. Um, well, he's he's still young. First year having his hunting license. I didn't really mind not having a gun in the first few times I went with him because I wanted to show him the proper way. Plus, I'd rather just take him with one gun, take all my focus on him, show him the good stuff. But him missing a lot, um, that I don't like as much. So what I'm gonna do is shoot at the same time as he did, and at least that way he'll get the confidence of, you know, if the grouse goes down, it goes down. It doesn't matter if he got it or I did. It's gonna go down, and I'm gonna put it in the freezer. You know what I mean? Like, yes, and trust me, this community is the greatest. Um, you've seen a lot of people leaving, saying, "Take care, brother. Take care, my friend." But we are really like a family. We talk to each other pretty much. We have a group chat that we talk to each and every one of us every day, and it's awesome. Um, awesome. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. Um, that's amazing. Thank you, Magdalene. Yeah, thank you for sharing all the channels. Thank you. It takes us 12 hours to do 50 chickens. We get it. Turkeys are a lot of work with hand plucking. Um, I was lucky. This year, a friend of mine asked me to take my chicken plucker. I have a chicken plucker, and it's not really something I like to let people borrow. So I told him, like, okay, but I don't mind, but I would like to be there to help you. Like, I want to go and help you. I really wanted to be there as well to help him because he's a good friend, and I wanted to let him have my plucker. So he's like, sure, like, come help me, and when you do your chickens, I'll help you. So we did 46 chickens total. There was him, his girlfriend, and his sister, and myself. So there was 4 of us. We did 46 chickens. We started around 9 a.m. At 12, I was gone. Now, all the chickens were plucked, butchered. All that part was done. They took an extra like 3 hours inside after, um, to just like clean the gizzard and the heart and the liver and all that stuff because they wanted to keep that stuff. And then they decided they wanted to cut a few of the chickens. So they took an extra like 3 hours to do all that stuff. But the next day we did my chickens. I had 22 chickens, and we started around, I'd like to say 9 o'clock, but it was probably closer to 9:15. 12:30, I had left their place, went over at my place, weigh all the chickens, put them in freezer bags, and put them in the freezer. 22 chickens in less than 3 hours. Everything was done. Although I gave them the gizzards, the heart, and the liver because that's not something that I eat on the chickens. So I gave all that to them. But it just shows that when you're a good community, when you have people helping, it makes such a big difference. But when I did the turkeys, it was just a matter of, I have to take one, I have to kill them, I have to put them in the warm water, and then I have to put in the plucker, remove the feathers that are still left on the turkey after, because it never really removes all of the feathers. Um, Cut everything, open it myself, put it in the freezer, the cooler. Um, it would take me probably like 30 minutes for every single turkey to do the whole process. Um, and then, to bring them inside one by one, then to dry them up, because of course if you try to vacuum seal them, uh, there's too much moist on them and it doesn't work, and there's always like something going on. um, yes, the turkeys, like when I was younger, I didn't even like meat. uh, Hamburgers and hot dogs and bacon, of course, was fine, but chicken, turkeys, it was too dry for me for some reason when I was a kid. But now I love it. It's just, um, we are hunters too, but we shoot a lot of clay. uh, no worries, Marilyn. It's extra time to do my work. What work? What work of yours did I do? So much. That was a lot of work. I agree. Everyone in here is awesome. This is a really hard lifestyle to do alone. Um, yes, I agree. And especially, like, I have 5 kids. So everything I grow, I have to grow thinking that it has to feed 5 people. If I was only growing peas for myself, I'd put like 10 plants, hope that I have at least 8 growing, and maybe like get a few bags here and there. But I have to do it for 5 kids and my girlfriend and I. So it's always a little bit more. I always have to go like, okay, well, I I'm gonna have to try for like 100 plants of beans, like 50 plants of peas. Um, I ended up with about 150 squash, another 50 zucchinis, potatoes. I have like 80 pounds of potatoes. All that together is a lot of food that I have to consider when I start my garden. Look into heat shrink bags. Speed you up when you have pack time. Yeah, you have to package. That's what I have for my chickens, and the only ones I could find that were decent cost, um, the chickens that are 5 pounds are basically only fitting in those bags. So I'm glad that I don't go more than 5 pounds. But for my turkeys, I've looked and looked and looked, and I just can't find anything. I mean, I was able to find some on Amazon, but like $80 for like 10 bags. Like, that's just insane. I'd rather just take a chance and eat them quicker. That's all. And yes, this is really a hard lifestyle to do alone. You were saying that you were finishing, but I could not put the links. I started late. You were saying that you were finishing. Oh, well, it's okay. I can keep talking. Links. What links? Links, Remy. Links. Links. What links? I don't remember what I was talking about. Yeah, links of what? What links do you want me to put, Michael? Um, there are some videos like when I butcher my chickens that I don't want to show on YouTube. People don't want to see. I know some people want to see, but um, a lot of people will report those videos now, and I've heard it's going to get worse. So I have a video that I'm talking about what I'm doing, but I'm not really showing anything. But uh, figure out how much to plant in a garden is an art form. For us, sometimes we end up getting too much of one kind and too little of something else. And the thing is, um, this year, if I look, just for example, at my tomatoes, I started when I planted my seedlings. I must have had like 160 tomato plants. Um, I ended up losing a few here and there because for some reason they don't grow well and they end up dying or whatever. And I transplanted a lot of them in my greenhouse and some in my garden a few weeks later. Um, Ended up having roughly 85 pounds of tomatoes. Sorry, which is the exact number I would say that I would need. My daughter is eating them like grapes, so she was able to snack on tomatoes. She was able to make salad and sandwiches the way she likes. I was able to make my salsa that I wanted to make so bad. I ended up with 10, I think it was 10 or 11 jars of salsa. I could do more, but I don't have enough peppers. But next year I could be planting more plants and end up with too much. I could be planting the exact same amount of plants and end up with not enough. So you never know. Like from one year to another, maybe this year was good for tomatoes and next year it won't be good for tomatoes. I planted about 2,000 seeds of beans, and I didn't even have enough for what I was hoping for. Like I don't even have one lunch of beans per week for next year. So take care, Jack. And I'm guessing Lindsay is leaving as well. Thank you so much for being here. You guys have to get up early in the morning, and it's 11:45 for us here in New Brunswick. Links are the work she was doing. All right. A lot of links. Awesome. Good night. Haven't figured out how to nominate. Just put the at, and if you put the first two letters after that, okay, if I just put at th, okay, on StreamYard doesn't work, but if I just put at th, it's gonna show me every single one in the chat that starts with th. So I could like this. You probably mean tag people, right? So just put at, enter the first two letters. But I don't think it works. If you're on a cell phone, it doesn't work. You have to be on a computer. Greenhouse. I bought one at the Ken store. This is what we have here in Canada. It's what's it called? It's similar to it's a hardware store. So there was one on sale last year for like $100. It's 6x8 or 4x6. It might be 4x6. It's not really big, but it was just big enough for me to put like maybe like 10 tomato plants and have tomatoes all year long. Like since I think on the around the 25th of July, I was able to start harvesting tomatoes, and I harvested tomatoes until um, last week. I could probably still go in the garden and harvest a few tomatoes. Like I had 3 tomatoes yesterday that I don't really count, but I still harvested them. Yeah, you have to be a moderator to put a link. Um, but the if you want to tag someone, yeah, you would need to be on the computer. Self-heating greenhouse, awesome. Um, I've seen a couple of people do it, and it's pretty cool. I would love to have that. I have an old Tempo shelter in the back, like the frame. I have some plastic um, wrap here that I could try to work on something, but I just never got to it. I'm just really not good with tools and building something, so I wouldn't even know where to start. Yes, being on a cell phone would make more sense. We have not gone to greenhouse yet. We have played with days to yield, and that seems to work for us. We also have 2 house cats that love to heat seedlings. What growing zone are you in, guys? If you don't mind me asking. Here, I'm in zone 4. My last frost date is usually around June 1st. But if you talk to the elderly people around here, they would tell you that you should never put your stuff out in the garden before June 15. The community garden was not ready before June 15. And first frost date, I think it's officially uh, September 15, if I'm not mistaken. But sometimes you can have frost before that. Um, you can push it to have June, July, August, maybe a little bit of September. So, like, if you really push it in perfect conditions, you would have 120 days. Um, but if you don't really push it that much, you would have maybe 75 days from middle of June until the 1st of September. So you would have July, August, 60, 61 days, 62 days, and plus the 15 days of June. Like, it's, but you end up being able to grow with what you have. Like you make with what you have. Like Michael in the chat here was telling me that he can grow apples. Here apples grow in the wild. It was a very, very, very bad year for apples here, and I still ended up having over 100 pound of apples. Max days we get is 120 days for growing normally, and around like in ground around May long and September 10 we are frost out. Cool. Alberta. Okay. I have family living in Alberta. Well, a lot of people are moved in Alberta. There's a friend of mine. I think she's close to Calgary. Um, I have a blank now. I'm just Frankie Lou. Frankie Lou Fuller. She has a channel, and she lives not too far from there. She was talking about how the weather is so different where she is. She could have snow in June, and she had frost a few days ago. I'm getting tired. I've been on for like 3 hours. Um, it's midnight for me in 10 minutes, and I've been up since 6 a.m. Had a long day, long week. Um, I just want to take a minute to thank everyone. Um, I was blessed tonight. Blessed, not blast, but blessed. A lot of people upgraded their membership. I've had a lot of gifts from amazing people, amazing friends. Um, Ground temperature, we watch a lot. A lot of vegetables will not depend on the ground temperature as much as the frost, but still, like I get, like if you want to plant potatoes or sweet potatoes or everything that needs to have even peppers, you need to have warm soil. Um, all right, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you everyone for being here. Marilan, moderator, Angie, um, everyone that gave me beautiful presents tonight. Um, I'm, I'm out of words to explain how happy I am that you guys are doing all this for me. Um, so yeah, take care, everyone, and thank you so much. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Take care.